Okay, this light is blinding me. This is a new light I am trying out. I got that light. This is not a good story, just a heads up. I got this light in a Walmart order because I have an addiction to ordering from Walmart. There is free delivery. I cannot take myself places. I do not want to be made to feel bad about it right now. What I am saying is I got this lamp. I wanted, it is so blinding right now. I was like, maybe this will be like my ring light, and I can't. I already know I'm gonna vomit before this is over. So this was supposed to have a glow, like a warming option. It was supposed to have 3 different settings. It's an LED light, and LED lights are better for you. Don't ask me why. Look it up. That's what I always say. Google it. Get on the Googler. Google Schmoogle. Nortman. Google Schmoogle LED lights from Walmart. Okay, so this lamp, they ended up replacing, unless you really want something, and I do often will click, like, do not replace this item. Whatever. They didn't have that lamp that I requested. They brought me this other lamp with this hideous fluorescent classroom light. Oh, and it does not make me feel like a certified freak. Actually, it does, but not in the good ways. Okay, so I made canna butter. I was, like, thinking about filming that process. Why am I talking so loud? Like, who am I talking to? This is so... Alright, I have to bring it down a notch. I made canna butter. This is, like, 2 little nugs of it. Can you see that? Certified freak. It was in the freezer. And now, it's, I've already fucked up my nails big time. Don't even get me started about that one. Okay, so... I'm gonna try to make chocolate chip cookies. Oh, that's what I wanted to look up. I'll have to check on my thing. It's supposed to be preheating the oven. I was like, oh, I meant to look up what it is. Is it 325 or 375? It's definitely a 5 at the end. Also, I was reading a couple of different cookie recipes, and like, some of them, most of them for regular, oh, we're doing regular sugar today. Hello, we're taking a little break from the keto sweetos. That's not the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm doing real sugar because I've made keto ones before, but like, I don't know anybody in real life besides like my mom and sister or whatever that would do keto that like also eats weed. And I also have been craving a regular sugar, like a regular cookie, so I was like, I'm also gonna make a batch. I don't know if I'm gonna do that all right now. But my plan was, I was going to do this the other day, I was going to make a regular batch of regular cookies and then a batch of wheat cookies, because a lot of times I'll think that I just want to eat a cookie, and it's like, no bitch, that's a wheat cookie. Now you're going to be up all night being way too horny, and that's your fault, because you just wanted a cookie. And that was not the cookie that you needed to be eating at that moment in time. So I do want to make a batch of regular cookies just in case I get a sweet tooth and I'm like, yuck, or whatever. But also I'm going to try this new recipe out. I did do a lot of hella work before this video. I prepped for days, and by that I mean, like, this canna butter is like beautifully fluffed. I think her name on YouTube, her channel name is like Edible Super Delight or something. I'll have to look it up. There's this beautiful woman. She has a 10-minute tutorial on how to perfect your it's called Perfecting Your Canna Butter, and she is so sweet, and she goes through the process, and you can make a beautiful butter. I used Kerrygold Irish butter. This is the first time I'm using that, but everyone loves it, and it's super fancy, so I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do a wheat cookie, I'm gonna do it right. So what I'm saying is that all these cookie recipes had 2 sticks of butter in it instead of 1, which already is crazy amounts of butter to me. I'm like, that's a lot of butter, 1 full stick for a cookie recipe? Okay, so then I was thinking, I'm gonna do a 4th can of butter and then the rest regular butter. And then I was thinking, maybe instead of, okay, well, I was like, maybe I don't need that much butter. Maybe I'll use a butter powder for like another quarter of it. And then I remembered that I have shortening for the day that I knew would come when I was like, I'm going to be a fatty McFat and I'm going to do real sugar. I think I had like almost contemplated doing it, excuse me, on like a keto cookie. I was like, keto is shortening, like a Cheeto keto is what that would be. Look, I have all of the quips today. I really didn't think I would have enough good content. I saw my last like video that I did and I was like, oh, this is so boring. Like some of them just are so boring. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm uploading these. Okay, so what I also did was, okay, so I emulsified the butter with like a guar gum and a xanthan gum. I combined them, and I also added a vanilla powder as I was emulsifying it, just because. So let me take you over the whole process. Okay, so I finally broke down and got a miniature crock pot, which I was like, I know I don't have room for it, but I keep being like, I'm gonna go to my mom's house and spend the night and like do a crock pot overnight of can of butter. And I never do it. Or I'll go there and I like just don't do it. Long story short, I was like, I'm gonna get one of those mini crock pots, do my own freaking can of butter. I did it. It took days. It's a lot of like, you know, I slow cook it so I don't have to decarb it, which is another process of putting in the oven. And I had been looking up different like recipes and tips, and I wanted to know specifically like how to make them taste less like weed. That is my true goal for today. Because edibles are also disgusting, which is like another reason why I'm like, why am I trying to eat this edible when I just want a cookie? It's like, bitch, you just want a regular tasting cookie. So I'm like, I'm gonna like go crazy if there's edibles in the house that are like really good looking cookies and not like regular ones to match. Just don't bring the wrong one to the soccer game. Am I right, ladies? Okay, so I'm gonna add shortening along with 1 stick of butter. And you don't need as much shortening as you do butter when you're using it. Okay, so this is softened butter rubbed together in a rough hewn manner. Alright, softened very nicely. So if it's 2 sticks, I have 1 stick, a quarter stick. So I'm gonna have maybe like a half. What's a half a stick of butter? How many? 4 tablespoons? Ever since I decided that I'm gonna have these long nails, I was like, I'm just gonna see how long I can handle it for. They pop off all the time. But I'm like, whatever, I did this myself. It's not like a... I used to pay so much for manicures, like when I was in the manicure game. Oh! But acrylics truly are the only way to like keep the polish on. I say as I have all this polish washed off, but I was working on an art project and I was using acetone, so it just came off the tip. So I don't have to explain myself to you. I wish I had done this part before, but okay. Ooh, Crisco. I mean, we are getting super fat. I just was like, this is gonna be the best tasting if I combine the can of butter, which already looks really pretty and nice, and I have, remember, it's vanilla can of butter. I infused it with vanilla, which I don't mean to be like, you know, I'm the pioneer of butter churning or whatever, but I don't think anybody's done that before, at least not in the weed world, and if they have, don't tell me about it, because I don't want to think that I invented it. We just don't need it. Oh my god, Trisha was so good on that episode. Like, whoever invented gravity. What else was she saying where it was like, how many of these do I need? Maybe 4. Honestly, I feel like 2 sticks of butter is a lot. Like, no matter what that's not gonna work. Shit. So, I was thinking about how Trisha was like, what did Hitler do? Like, first of all, I think she, like, I'm sure she has learned about the Holocaust. I was thinking, though, I have to burp, and it's another one of those, oh, is it coming? No, it's just trapped. It's just trapped. So, I'm thinking, we learn that so young in school. Like, I feel like you're learning that by, like, as young as 4th grade, usually in America, maybe even younger, if you're, like, in a school in Europe, or you're closer to where it happened. Maybe they're learning it in first grade, who knows? But like definitely by 5th and 6th grade, you're getting some like non-stop Holocaust textbook material. And it's just like those are a couple of very draining years with like a lot of graphic images. So I was like, she probably learned it and blocked it out. Like, because you're so young when you're like learning that, you're so young, like looking at all the images. And I mean, I think in one way, I guess it's good because you're taught empathy super young in that sense. Oh shit. That was 2, right? I knew I had my hand vac nearby because I knew I was here dropping stuff. Okay. Anyway. I'm sure everyone's like, oh my god, Trisha didn't know what the Holocaust was. I'm like, no, I'm sure she learned it and was like horrified by it and I feel like I like blacked out like most of it, like those several years that we were doing it. It's like a rigorous amount. I mean, they like go through like graphic details and you're looking at really graphic images all the time, like the whole time. I feel like there's so much time devoted to it that there's no way she didn't see it or like whatever. Oh wait, that was only 3. One more. Anyway, she probably learned it and blacked it out, as it is like my guess. Alright, so these are heaping tablespoons. They're not like... Do you see? Oh, okay. Alright, so I have to... I meant to get the mixer up before I did this. I have to, cream... You know what I'm saying. Cream it. The butter with the sugar. Alright, so... Oh god, I haven't bought like real flour in a while. I knew it was like $2 for like pounds and pounds of it. But man, like I picked the $5 one thinking it was like a normal. Anyway, I got 10 pounds of sugar by accident. And I was like, I'm not used to paying so little for flour. Like nut flours are like minimum $16 for every 2 pounds. Alright, so trying to get my eggs room temp. I just feel like if this goes well. I was like, I feel like there's something, so I was also looking up tips on how to make it taste less like weed, because they're gross. One of the tips was to infuse it full flours instead of like shake. And what I had been doing up until that point was like grinding it, like putting it in a grinder and then like decarbing it and whatever. And it's like, no bitch, I didn't have to do all that. This time, I put like, oh shit. Remind me to put that in the fridge and not back in the cabinet. Okay. So, I was like, I can't, whatever. I put like just a ½ ounce, I want to say, with 2 sticks of butter rubbed together in a rough hewn manner. I'm the only one old enough to know. I'm gonna have to like edit this video. That's the thing about baking. I'm like, oh, there's so much like annoying sounds, and it's like if I don't feel it, I don't know. It's like it's so much drama. Okay, so I think it's a cup of sugar each. I think it'll be really good though, with the shortening added in, like, in addition to the butter and, wasn't sure if it was wet. Alright, that's like roughly a cup. And then, gotta organize my baking cabinet. Alright. that song has been in my head besides WAP. How much of this can you see? I'm a dirtbag. Get over it. I was thinking of, do I want to get into that topic while I'm trying to measure? Hold on. Sometimes I'm like, this is not worth me messing up the recipe to chit chat about. Also, I'm like, I should just turn the camera on and talk to it, but who? That's not. I'm not trying to do all that. Okay, that might be a little more than a cup, but I didn't have a full one for sugar. I haven't had real brown sugar in so long. I'm really excited. This is gonna be like real good. Oh god. Raw sugar. Oh, remember that song? That's what I've been hearing in my head for days. Because I have real sugar. And I keep being like, I got real sugar. And then I'm like, raw sugar. I mean, I guess that's creamed. I guess that's considered creamed. This is the consistency I have. It is probably as creamed as it's gonna get. I thought about adding like maybe a little bit of water to it, but I'm afraid to do that. I'd rather not fuck with Mother Nature. Okay, so that makes no sense. Water is nature, and I am water. Are you ethnic? I don't know. I'm water. I'm just water. You know, sometimes I hear people walking by and I'm like, I'm such a crazy person. Can you hear it? And then I'm like, literally everybody's crazy. Okay. So these should be room temp by now. Oh, I also want to make an egg salad. I don't think I'm gonna do that on here. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll come back with the part 2. Okay. What are the other ones? Eggs and vanilla, right? So, shit. This wine bottle is like, okay. Okay, full teaspoon. So it calls for 2 teaspoons, like 2 full teaspoons. So it's gonna have extra vanilla because I did the vanilla powder in there when I churned the butter. It's a lot of vanilla. It's gonna be good with the real brown butter, the brown sugar. I haven't had that so long. Alright. So I think I had to beat this into it. If I can even pick it up. I can't get my little claws with the eggs. Okay. I don't trust myself to crack the egg while I'm beating it, so I'm gonna just do it on top, and if you die, you die. Okay. Oh my god, did I? No, because I didn't do the dry ingredients yet. Okay. I'm like, I forgot the baking powder. No, I haven't done that for you. Okay. Raw sugar, I don't wanna die living in a high. This does not, well, I guess because it's combined with the sugar already, it's already got a dough-like consistency. I have to mix the dry ingredients separately. The only thing is that this recipe was like, and sometimes they do this and I'm like, did you say that on purpose or was that a mistake? But I'm not going to comment and wait for you to reply because who knows how long that could take. Am I a poet and didn't know it? Okay, so sometimes they'll say mix the dry into the wet, which is so weird to me. And I'm like, are you supposed to do that? Like, did you mean the other way around? Like, Google, did you mean? Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, what bowl can I use? So I wonder why. Oh, you need like 3 cups of flour. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna transfer this into here. Guys, we're working. Who's guys? We're working together. I am clueless as to where the spatula went. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in here. It's like a dough. So what's new? Okay. Pay my tuition just to keep me on this wedding gushy. Pretend I'm your mom driving you to soccer practice with your friends. Sitting that in the front seat. Missed my calling to be the most embarrassing mom on the planet. Okay. Not many steps left from here. I am being blinded by the spotlight, but also like story of my life. Right? Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Gotta get the sieve. I mean, I didn't scrape it all the way out, but I figured it's better than nothing. Close this for right now. Alright, so I need like 3 cups of white flour. Alright, this is a heaping cup. For that. This is a not all the way filled cup, and then this is slightly closer to the real cup. Oh, what? The real. Now, I'm the real. Alright, I think I should have sieved this a little more before I added more to the plate. Oh, you know what? Let me add on top. Let me just do it now. I think it's half a teaspoon of baking powder and a full teaspoon of baking soda. These are gonna be so good. I haven't like made real cookies in a long time. Take it back to old times when I was still a girl. I'm on step-on boy. Where is... Okay. Paid my tuition just to kiss me on this wedding gushy. Are you throwing up yet? And do you want to throw up some more, bruh? Ah! I rewatched recently Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, which was my jam when I was little. The show came out, I didn't get into that. I didn't become a Buffy person, but I freaking love that movie. And there's this part in it where she's like, I didn't freaking nail. Love Christy Swanson. Christy Swan song. That might be a little too much baking soda. Okay. And then, what other little powders? I think that's all the powder. I'll be drying for you. I wonder if I was supposed to only... No, that doesn't make sense. I was like, maybe I was only supposed to cream the butter with one of the sugars. And not like the brown and the white. What do I talk about while I do this for 4 more hours? Very much of wish. Okay, let me find something to talk about. don't know, man. I'm trying to buy a car, but I don't even want to talk about it because I feel like every time I talk about it, I get jinxed. I'm like, nope. Not gonna happen today, homo. It's like the car gods are an 8th grade bully. Okay. This is truly like an atrocious amount of... I probably didn't have to like sieve this entire thing. I probably only had to do it for like the baking powder. I probably didn't have to do it at all. I'm ready to dump it out and be like, never mind. Oh, doing this helps if you like jostle it like this. Jiggle the handle. Oh, check me out, I'm a magical chef, I'm a magical chef. Everybody calls me magical chef. Bitch, that's copyrighted. Don't ever use that or I'll come to your house. Okay. I'm kidding, I don't leave this neighborhood for shit. You wanna hang out uptown? Uptown? I don't go there. You crazy? Okay. Uptown Boys are bad news. Oh, we're working on this new song about Uptown Boys, which is basically a song about how all boys from Uptown New Orleans who were like raised in that area are like drug dealers by the time they're 14, and it's so weird. My dream is to finish it and then Wheezy hears it and it's like, puts a track on it. It's like, Uptown Boys are bad news. What? How to grow something? I don't know, something. Right? 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 That's the dream. Living the dream. Am I gonna jinx myself again? Possibly. Okay. Wet into the dry. You always do wet into dry. That's like the number one rule I'm making. So here we go. Maybe I will. Ah! Can you see the inside of this? No, you really can't. Oh well. So hard to get out of here. Normally when you mix wet into dry, it's not already like a batter. It's like still, usually just eggs and you know, vanilla. It doesn't always call for you to like cream the butter and sugar together. Okay, here we go. Uptown Boys, I'm an uptown boy, right? Something, something, how they grow up, Uptown Boys. He doesn't even have to rhyme. You know, you can just say the same words. I'm just saying, like, if it happens, you heard it here first in the manifestation room. So here is what it's looking like. My nail is so scary. Okay. The weed presence is still pretty strong. I can already taste it. But it's not as bad. I don't know. I don't want to say that. And then as soon as it warms up, I'm like, all I can taste is weed. A lot of the tips were just like, just use concentrates. I'm like, I don't have fucking access to concentrates. Maybe I do, but it's like, dude, you have concentrates? Like, I don't even know what that means. Does that mean like what you put in the vape pen? Because I don't vape, bruh. Okay, I just don't drink. It just scares me. I don't want popcorn lungs. They're like, no, that's only if you vape nicotine. I don't care. There's nothing that I trust about smoking a robot. You will never be able to convince me that a battery-operated piece of metal from China is safer than like a natural flame from the earth that our ancestors used to smoke peyote and be like, what's up? Okay. So this dough is super thick. I'm almost worried that it's too thick. You know, like Like maybe it needs water. I don't know. I might have to watch a video on what it's supposed to look like. Ugh. That was like a very liquidy section. That was not very weedy. I'm gonna be like high out of my mind by the time I'm done like taste testing the batter. Like by the end of this video, before I have it in the oven, I'm gonna be like one tiny amount, but like worse than normal. Okay. I mean, I guess this is what the batter is supposed to look like. I really want to use cookie scoops, but it's so much batter. Like, okay. Another really exciting thing is that I got, oh, I also didn't look up how many you're supposed to use for this. I'll play it by ear. By eye? Okay. I got semi-sweet McFrickin' chocolate chippies, so I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, I hope I don't need to add water because I'm fucked now. Okay. And they're little mini chocolate chips too, which are fun for the whole family, especially if you're getting your kids high. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is what batter is supposed to, I don't know, because I haven't made real cookies in a while. I'm starting to see colors, but I think it's because the light is blinding me. I was like, oh, I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm hallucinating up this real good can of butter. I should have shown you the process because it's like beautiful. It probably won't look as beautiful. Alright, I mean, this isn't like as bourgeois or whatever, but that's the color. Don't look at my nails. That's the color. And it's like, if you need choco chippies or whatever. I mean, I'm just excited to have finally done it in a way that is not, I'm already too high. I already know it. I can already feel it. Like, this is too much. Like, this is so, okay, it's like, is potent the right word if you're trying to describe the heaviness of taste? Because potent is not what I'm going for in that sense. But if you're only trying to describe the sensations that you're getting from it, it's muy potent. So, but that's also, it's like straight candy, like it hasn't been baked yet, so maybe that's part of why. I don't know, but if this is how high I'm getting from this, like, I need to cut this recipe in half already. I already know it, because this is already like people are gonna like sue me for like how high my cookies got them. And I don't want to get soaked. Alright, so that's it for the flour. There we go. And don't let me forget, see, this is the thing. I was like, I have to make the regular cookies first because once I make these, I'm not going to want to make regular cookies. I'm going to just want to eat these. And I'm also not going to want to make the mess multiple times. I always have it in my head that I'm like, okay, if I mark out this amount of time for this day, I'm going to do this, then this, and this, and I'll have all of this lined up. And it's like, no, it's a wrap after one project. I'm tie-tie. I don't want to do this. So, we'll see. I'm just knocking everything over. Okay. This, I mean, okay. Maybe I'll return to you when I have them plated and then when I put them in the oven. Yeah, maybe that's all of it. Yeah. Alright, the light is less intense when I stand over here. Okay, I'm losing my voice. So I'm very, I don't know. It's a very, I don't want to say a tough cookie dough, it's very thick. It's thicker than I anticipated, but also it's probably as thick as it's supposed to be. Again, I'm used to like a different texture batter. It's so weird to say that. I'm like, I'm just not used to cooking with real sugar anymore that I like forgot. What I got new pans out for the. I got new pans and a cooling rack delivered to me from Walmart. And what now, bitch? And what now? Also from Amazon, another place, another hellhole that I still subject myself to. I don't know. I was gonna say something else. Okay, not the point. I got these like over the cabinet like racks to put like the foils and the pans, all these pans that I got. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have these like over the. Long story short, they're too big for the cabinets. Why am I telling you this and not scooping? There's a million of these, so I'm glad I got like 3 extra pans. Oh, I'm supposed to heat it to 375 after all. Do that now. Yeah, so I am not accepting calls right now. I cannot see. I have to do this like fast. Okay. Wanted to have my new Wi-Fi speaker out. This isn't super mixed, but you're not supposed to over mix, so that's fine. These will probably spread very badly. But maybe not that badly. And you never know. You never know. But yeah, I knew I was gonna have way more batter. I remember last time I made cookies, I was like, oh, there's so much more than I anticipated. I had to do 2 rounds of like, I know that sounds like, oh my god, you had to like do it twice, but it's so much more annoying when you're only working with 1 pan. There might be flies in this batch, so if I don't swat them out, I'm gonna get them right. Just pretend it's a chocolate chip. It's fine. I'm hoping the vanilla helped. I mean, I think it did. The vanilla helped. I might even put more vanilla in the butter next time when I'm doing that. You can also try doing it in coconut cream next time. I never have enough weed on me to do it, and a lot of times when I do it, I'll do it with way less, weed than they tell you to do. Because I'm like, I'm not putting a whole quarter per butter stick. Like, I don't even trust that I baked that well. I've messed up cookies before that had weed in them, and I was like, I guess I'll just eat them anyway. Oh. Mystery Fighter game show. It's delivered. I gotta stop ordering stuff because I know the post office is slammed. And I have to become more conscious of a lady. Does that sound believable? I mean, I meant it, but I also can hear myself. I'm like, what? What else have I been listening to that takes me back to olden times? Oh, recently I had in my head, there's a few like weird 90s things that I've like suddenly been coming up in my head lately. One of them is, do you have the time to listen to me whine about now? I was like, oh, that's not something I want to play and dance to, but yeah, I'm gonna get my speaker out. I can't even breathe. Alright, well, maybe I won't need all 3 of the things. So here's one. That's a pretty big batch though. So this is what one of them looks like. They're like heaping too. They're not like completely, I'm not like scraping off the sides very much. Fondula. Am I gonna feel like making an egg salad after this? I was like I have to make it because I bought these eggs specifically for this, and I got croissants specifically for this, and it's been days. Oh, and I got a Trinity mix for like the Gageries celery onion like combo. What's the third one? What's the third one in the Trinity? Bell peppers? How do I not know? Anyway, I was like, I'm gonna make this egg salad, and I have to do it. Anyway, and then I like didn't do it for days. Like each little project is a long time for me. I probably shouldn't put it that close to the corner. Okay. You know why? That's why. Man, did you see Megan Thee Stallion on SNL? Baby. Love her. Buffy no, what is it? Buffy no Angel, Storm and Spangle. God, I am like so glad Wendy is back. I have no life. Like, what do I talk about? Hot topics that I saw today on TV. I know that's like probably a sign that I should get a life, and I should. But will I? I don't think so. I don't think so. I wonder if these are gonna spread super big. Maybe I should put them on 3 different pans to give them a lot of spreading room. Because what if they spread like buku, you know? Buku, buku, buku. The balcony here is like made out of tinfoil, so everything shakes. There'll be no angel, storm, and sprinkle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spread these out more so that if they want to spread out more, they can. Getting very hot. I don't like to preheat while I'm doing this on video because I get so hot as it is. Like, even when I don't have a freaking spotlight or the oven on, I'm like, I have to go, I'm so hot. I'll be no angel, star, no spangle. Anyway, that was such a good performance. That was like such a good comeback for SNL for the new episode. I think Issa Rae is coming on with someone else that I think I like. If I remember correctly. I don't want to say that and then be like, oh wait, it's somebody that I don't care about. But I remember seeing it and being like, ooh, that can be a good show. Buffy no angel, star no spangle. Okay. Oh yeah, it's on bake. It is ready to bake. Oh, okay. No angel, star, no spangle. Okay. Buffy no angel, star no spangle. these are gonna end up getting so big. Like, I just want to be prepared. Alright, I mean, we'll see how they do. Oh wait, so something I always do is I'll forget the salt as I'm adding the dry ingredients. I'm like, am I missing something? It's always the salt. So I usually just put it on top before I put it in. Not everybody likes that. They're like, I can taste the salt. But I was supposed to use salted butter for one. And I hear you. Anyway, I was supposed to use salted butter and I used unsalted butter. So that's my first excuse. I always over salt them. That's the problem. People do not like that. So angels, darnos, final. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'll be back in 8 minutes. All right. So I think it was, for the most part, a success. The bottom tray, I just dumped them all in the cooling rack. I have a really nice cooling rack at my mom's house, which I'm always like, I wish I had this from my mom's house, wish I had that from my mom's house, don't have the space for it. Wish I had my mixer from my mom's house. That would have taken A, so much less time, B, I wouldn't have to edit out the sound. There's no sound. I'm not gonna get into it. What I am saying is that I put all 3 in at the same time. One of them, I forgot that the bottom rack just cooked so much faster. So when I took them out, there's a few, maybe like, I got a lot out, I should say. So they're all piled on top of each other, which is not the point of a cooling rack at all. But again, I don't have my 3-tiered one, so I can't put them all on there. That doesn't matter. They're piled on. The burnt ones are at the bottom though. And they're burnt black at the bottom. I mean, maybe I can, like, cut them so that they're, you know, like, maybe I could cut the black off. I'll have to see if I can save them, but regardless, good thing it was a smaller amount. Like, good thing it wasn't the giant one that I put at the bottom. That would have sucked if, like, the majority of the cookies got ruined. So, thank the Lord, Jesus, and Maria. And they came out pretty nice. Let me show you. I put the cooling rack on top of the pan, which I know defeats the purpose. Okay. Ooh, this is heavy as hell. So they actually came out pretty nice, and they didn't spread that much. So I'll know for next time I can fit them all on one pan. I'm not going to try them just yet because, again, I feel like you can't get a sense of what it tastes like when it's still warm versus like a room temperature cookie. It's just 2 totally different worlds. So I want to be able to taste it to see how potent the taste itself is. If I can smell or if I taste the wheat immensely. I also am just not ready to be high out of my mind off it. Like, there's a lot of cookies in this batch, because originally I was thinking I wasn't going to have this many, but I'm like trying to calculate the bang for my buck or whatever. So, I don't know. I'll start with one, and I'll let you know. I'm still trying to burp, and it's still not happening. Okay, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm disgusting, and I love you. Farewell.